الحمد لله رب العالمين نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. اللهم اهدنا صراطك المستقيم. أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. اللهم أحينا مسلمين وتوفنا مسلمين وألحقنا بالصالحين غير خزايا ولا نادمين. اللهم آمين. ثم أما بعد. After praising Allah Azza wa Jalla, sending the best of peace and blessings to the soul of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, testifying that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah alone, and testifying that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the seal of all his prophets and messengers, we start. Amma ba'd. Ya ma'ashar al-Muslimin, my dear Muslim brothers and sisters, إننا نرى آلام أمتنا, we see the pains of our ummah. نسمع القصف ونرى النيران, we see the bombardment of innocent Muslims, and we see fires everywhere. We see the annihilation of Muslims, نرى الإبادة, genocide. The whole world is watching. نرى مآسي إخواننا وأخواتنا, we see what our brothers and sisters are going through, and we are helpless. ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله to give them any victory or to help them. May Allah Azza wa Jalla aid them. في كل يوم مذابح. يعني لو صعد الإنسان عمره, if you just within our lifespan, لن تكد دماء العراق بلاد الرافدين تجف حتى أتت كابل ومن بعدها الشام وليبيا واليمن وفلسطين والقدس دماؤها تنزل وغيرها من بلاد المسلمين ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. Blood is just everywhere in the Muslim lands. Within our lifespan we see it. What's going on with our ummah? 1 million people in Iraq were killed. That's the official numbers. The unofficial is much more than that. What's happening in Afghanistan? What's happening in Turkmenistan? And what about Yemen? And what about Sham, Syria, Dimashq, Halab? And what about Palestine? What is going on with our ummah? لا تكاد تجف الدماء في بقعة إلا نزفت من بقعة أخرى. Sudan, this goes on and on. الأرض ناحت والخطوط جسام ولكننا بين الأنام نيام. في محنة بسطت سحائب بؤسها بكت العراق بهولها والشام. النيل يسقط والفرات مدرج وضفاف كابل لفها الإجرام. والليل يعوي وسعاد والزوابع لا تعي والقدس في وضح النهار تسام. وهاك غزة الأسطل بالقصف ومشافيها والبيوت حطام. وإنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. Are we going to cry forever? I think it's time to look and learn lessons. It is about time that we should really take the insight and learn the lessons and change as an ummah. This is more than any other time in the history of Muslims. This is the time that Muslims need to change. We need to study. We need to be pragmatic. We need to be waqi'iyun. Look at what's happening and what can we do, and have the willingness to change, to go ahead and change. And I'm not here claiming that I'll be the one giving the recipe for the ummah for the change, but we can think together. We can look at our recipe and our directions and our guidelines, which is in the Quran, that's available for everyone. أيها الأحباب, الفجر قادم. After a long night, usually the dawn will break. The dawn will come, the light will come, the day will come. But we need to work so as to reach to that point. What can we talk about? What philosophy that we need to adopt? What way that we need to go? I, as an imam and as somebody who does this every day, I think the solution is in our hands, and we are already practicing it on a daily basis. Prayers. I'm going to focus on prayers as being the small or the little or the case study for the Nasr of the Ummah. The case study for the victory of this Ummah is something that all Muslims everywhere, 99%, they are still having access to. Allah Azza wa Jalla in this ayah قال, Allah Azza wa Jalla says, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا إِذَا لَقِيتُمْ فِئَةً, when you believe, when you encounter a group, فَاثْبُتُوا وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ. Be firm and remember Allah كثيرا. Remember Allah frequently. Remember Allah and mention Allah a lot. لَعَلَّكُمْ تُفْلِحُونَ, that you may be successful. وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ. Obey Allah. وَأَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ. Obey Allah and His Messenger. وَلَا تَنَازَعُوا. Do not have internal conflicts. Do not quarrel. Do not have nizaa, back and forth between you. فَتَفْشَلُوا. Or else you will fail. وَتَذْهَبَ رِيحُكُمْ. And your power will be gone. وَاصْبِرُوا. And be patient. إِنَّ اللَّهَ صَابِرِينَ. Indeed, Allah is always with those who are patient. Simple ayah. That Allah Azza wa Jalla is talking about everything that we need. Let's come back to Salawat al-Nasr, the prayers of victory. Let's focus on this and let's learn together. Allah Azza wa Jalla يقول, again, another ayah, الَّذِينَ إِن مَكَّنَّاهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ. He's describing those when they are given power, when Allah established in the earth, number one thing that they will do, they will establish the prayer. وَآتَوُا الزَّكَاةَ. And they will give in charity, the obligatory charity. They will take care of each other financially. وَأَمَرُوا بِالْمَعْرُوفِ. They will have amr bil-ma'ruf. They will enjoy the good. They will stand for that which is good. وَنَهَوْا عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ. Standing against that which is evil. وَلِلَّهِ عَاقِبَةُ الْأُمُورِ. To Allah is the results of everything. أول ما نتلمس, the first thing that we look is Salat al-Jama'ah, the daily congregational prayer. Why? If this is a relationship between me and my Lord, why do I have to go a certain place? Isn't it better that I pray alone at my house, at a quiet area? Isn't it better for connection? I think it is. Logically, it is. You're more to focus in your house, in a corner, quiet area, rather than being surrounded by many people. But some scholars say it's obligatory to pray at Imam Ahmad only. He said it's obligatory to pray in the masjid, but the rest of the scholars, he said it's still sunnatun mu'akkada. Very highly confirmed sunnah, or fardul kifaya. It's a collective duty that it has to be done. If a group of Muslims do it, then it's okay. But if no one does it, then everybody is to be blamed. The point here is, why do we have to come and pray Jama'ah? At least a group of us. Why? We need to reflect and think. Could it be that Allah wants Muslims to check in as Muslims with each other, and then look at the details of the Jama'ah? كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يسوي الصف كالرمح. يعني النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, like the Imam does it nowadays, in trouble. He will take quite a while to read the hadith. He will go to one side of the line all the end, almost touching every single person's shoulder and chest with his own hand, and asking somebody, is it straight here? He used to make sure that the line is straight like an arrow, like a javelin. And he will say all of these strong hadith, Rasulullah, go ahead and pray, we're here. Do not leave any small gap between you, shaitan will be there. لا تختلفوا فتختلف قلوبكم. Do not make ikhtilaf, meaning one person is in front of one. Be super straight, or else your hearts will not be straight. لينوا في أيدي إخوانكم. I'm giving these hadith from the top of my head, but you can go to one chapter or maybe a book of hadith. What should we do before we do salat? How Nabi said, be soft with your brothers. Now we are even turning those guidelines into areas of nizaa. No, ya akhi, you don't have to touch me. It's too much. Give me space, this and that. And I'm not here saying one person is right and the other person is wrong, but I'm saying that both of them, all of us, we just lost the meaning of this. One line. One line. It's the same way that Allah said, يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا ربكم إن الله يحب الذين يقاتلون في سبيله صفا. Allah loves for those who fight for His cause on the battlefield to be صفا كأنهم بنيان مرصوص. One line as if it's like a building, bricks in one building. All of them are aligned. We're not going to be, the Ummah will not be aligned. The Ummah will not be straight unless our line will be straight. It's symbolic. It is symbolic that how, as an Imam I see, not many times, but I've seen it. One person, the Salat, the Iqamah is done, and he is in the Saf, and he goes out to the other side. And I know he doesn't want to be next to that person. And I'm not blaming you. I'm saying an Ummah like this, or many of it, or clear, one person stops coming to the Masjid al-Hall, stops belonging to the Ummah in one of the biggest rituals of the Ummah because he doesn't like somebody, because he doesn't like the board, because he doesn't like a person in the Masjid, or the Imam, or whatever it is. Are we missing? Where is the concept here? So Allah brings us here every day. What it's trying to do, it's activating. Actually, one Jewish person told a Muslim person that they were having some kind of debate, and he said, you know, we have Muslims saying, we have texts, we have Sunnah, Hadith, that we will fight against you and we will win at the end. At the end of the time, we have texts that we will be winning. And he expected the Jewish person to say, oh no. He said, yeah, we have similar texts, by the way. The Jewish people, they have similar texts. But he said, it's not you. It's not this generation. Or the next, that was back in the 60s. It's not you or your children. It might be your great or grandchildren. It's basically what's happening on the other side is this ummah, regardless of right or wrong, they have a clear way of being together. Jewish citizenship, come, welcome here. I'm not saying they are exemplary in any way, but that's what's happening. See the Muslim, see the support, see the Jama'ah. While Muslims here, I can give you several examples of, anyways, an American being welcomed in a Muslim land with an American passport, and her sister next to her with a Muslim country next door, not allowed in. This is in, this is not in. What's going on? Or you can look at what's happening right now. Salatul Jama'ah. So that person, back to that story, he said basically that it's not you. You know when your Fajr prayer is somehow like your Jum'ah prayer. This is where we can talk. When the Fajr prayer, attended by what? 1-2% of the Muslims in any given time or place. This community, by the way, is one of, mashallah, all prayers are very well attended, but it's in no way compared to Jum'ah. I know it's not realistic that everybody who's attending Jum'ah would be able to come in Fajr, but could it be maybe 10% less, 20% less, maybe 50%? But there's no comparison. There's no comparison. Or let me put it in a clearer form. We're just here, I'm only correcting and reflecting on my own actions myself. Let's not say that. Salat al-Tarawih, Salat al-Tarawih in Ramadan, the whole thing is Sunnah. It's Sunnah. If you don't do it, nothing on you. I'm not here to say it's not important, no. But it's all the Taraweehs of Ramadan, all of them, including the last 10 nights, is not even equal to one Fajr in Ramadan or outside of Ramadan. The same people in Taraweeh, 4 or 5 lines, Allahu Akbar, maybe almost some days like Jum'ah. Wait 5-6 hours until Fajr. What happens? Salatul Jama'ah, it set the priorities. and then the quality of the salat. And then what we see in there, any person, the official imam, or even if we have the youngest of us, but they know some Quran, to stand here. Can you move before he says Allahu Akbar? If you do, your salat is cancelled. At least the jama'ah. You cannot. You have a leader, and the leader is an idea, it's not a person. Because if he is next or Y or Z, he can be any one of us. The minute he is here, Allahu Akbar, Allah. Can you start before him? If you start, no jama'ah for you at least. So let's learn from Salat al-Jama'ah to be an ummah, to behave like an ummah. Let's activate it. Let's come, let's bring. أين شبابنا يا كرام? Where are the youth? Let's bring them. This is Baytullah. This is where we learn the ahkam of Allah. And if we don't do any classes, I'm telling you, if we don't do any classes, it's not about classes, yes, very important. If we just do what Allah said do, go, Salat al-Jama'ah, Salat al-Eid. There is Ramadan here. There is Janazah here. This in itself, the 5 pillars of Islam, is sufficient. If we activate it right, to build the right Islam in the heart of Muslims, let's do it. Let's bring our kids, let's come, let's pay attention. It doesn't make sense that because I come to most of the salawat at least. I come and it happens many times. There is an event or there is something going on. Sisters, I don't want to really name anything. I see people leaving, and it's 5 minutes for the Iqamah, and they are taking their kids. This is not right. What is going to happen in 5 minutes is more important than the school, and the events, and the imam, and the meetings, and anything. It is dhikrullah in 5 minutes. What messages are we sending to our kids? I don't mean to blame, I don't mean to criticize, I just want to reflect. Salat al-Jama'ah, let's activate it. Number 2, Salat al-Jum'ah. Once a week, the whole ummah. Now, if some scholars would say it's not obligatory, it's just sunnah, to come 5 daily prayers, what about Salat al-Jum'ah? There is no questions. There is no question about it. Actually, the authentic hadith, if you read it, with no excuse for 3 weeks, 3 consecutive weeks, طَبَعَ اللَّهُ عَلَى قَلْبِهِ خَتَمَ اللَّهُ. Your heart will be sealed. Meaning what? Faith may not enter there. With no excuse. This hadith is very scary, but this is what the Prophet said in authentic hadith. Meaning why? Because of the ummah. The ummah need to check every day. Ahlul Hayy, Ahlul Madinah, the group, the community, to get together and check and be in one line and follow the leader and listen to the Quran of the Lord and bow down to the Lord and pray to Allah together. The young next to the old, the seniors and the brothers next to the sisters in one place, one qibla, one direction, one imam, one prayers. We need to activate that and push aside anything that against us. Once a week, everybody has to come. Women are not obligated to come for Jum'ah. They are most welcome to come for all prayers and Jum'ah. But Islamically, it's not an obligation on them. But Eid. Eid comes 2 times a year. Eid, if you're not capable of praying, a woman during the period. Everybody comes out. This is the annual convention and meeting of the whole ummah coming out, all of them together. After what? For what? After Ramadan, after completing ibadah for Allah, or after making Hajj, Muslims making Hajj. Everybody has to come saying Allahu Akbar several times. Their prayers has more and more of the dose of Allahu Akbar than regular times. That's what we do. Wallahi, Muslims, just activate this. And it's there, one community do. Now, if you look at India and go to Morocco, beautiful country, mashallah. Go to any masjid, same thing. Go to Pakistan, north, south. They will pray the same thing. Yeah, and you go to Iran. Yes, some differences, and yes, they have. But pray Quran, open the Quran on the shelf, same. Egypt, go to Europe, go to Sweden, go anywhere. Muslims are praying the same prayers, reading the same Quran. And the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam يقول تركت فيكم ما إن اعتصمتم به لن تضلوا بعدي go deviant, the book of Allah, Sunnati, and my Sunnah, my way, which is an explanation when we need explanation for what's in the Quran, which is the guideline, the life of Muhammad, which is the Quran that's being exemplified. So let's focus on this. Is it only this? Actually, we have other dimensions. Salat is not only rituals. The problem is when we confine it to rituals only. When we need it mechanical, no. When we need water. Salat is Islam. Maybe we don't feel it much here. But when I was in California, or if you live in the Gulf areas, the reserve that we have is just like 1 week. We have 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks to run out of water. But then Muslims go out. When we need anything in dunya or akhirah, Muslims come out. How do they come out for istisqa? Nabi Sallallahu taught them, no woman should come in any zina. Nobody comes in any nice clothes. Come with tawbah. Before they make the salah, they repent to Allah. They bring the young children. They bring everybody, Ya Allah, give us water. We're about to die. When we need it, we go to Allah as an ummah and pray. Salat al-khusuf wal-khusuf, when even natural things, catastrophes or disasters, just a sign of sun eclipse or moon, there is a prayer for this. Muslims come and direct themselves to Allah. Did it happen? It happens in time of Yunus. When the Prophet left, but he left without permission from Allah, they all come out. إِلَّا قَوْمَ يُونُسَ أَمَّا كَشَفْنَا عَنْهُ. Punishment was about to come, but all of them came out to Allah with their children, with everybody. Ya Allah, we repent. We're believers now. It helps, it benefits. Even in the battlefield, Muslims are facing their enemies and they are on the battlefield, they can see them. If you go pray Jama'ah and you focus they will attack. You still have to pray Salat al-Jama'ah. Allah will change the way you do Salat. Maybe 2 imams can be one group with one. No, 1 imam still. 1 leader. But a group would go with him, and then they would wait, stand up to make a rasa to guard, and then the other group would continue. We have to do things as an ummah, even in the most difficult, challenging times. Do we learn anything from this? Do we learn anything from this? Why do we divide as nations? Why do we? Where do all of these borders came from? What does it mean that I'm here, I belong to this country, I carry? Yeah, for the sake of organizing and making things better, yes. But for the sake of what's happening right now, my brother's being killed next door and I don't have to do anything for them just because they happen to be on the other side of the fence. This is not right. This is not what we learn from Salat al-Jama'ah. This is not what we learn from Muhammad and the rules of Islam and the instructions of Islam. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه فإنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين الآثمين. نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله رب العالمين ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله الأمين. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. وينصرن الله من ينصره. If you give victory to Allah, Allah will give you victory. The ummah at large, this ummah is the best ummah. Even at its worst time, that will not be taken away from this ummah. That description, that feature is not taken away from ummah. But the victory is not going to be given to them. They are still the best ummah. But if they do, what gives them nasr, they will be victorious. If they don't, Allah will not give it to them. Allah will give nasr for those who give him nasr. الذين إن مكناهم في الأرض أقاموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة وأمروا بالمعروف. Now what's happening? Couple of quick things to pay attention to, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يقول إنما تنصرون وترزقون بدعائكم. You are being given this and nasr, victory, by taking care of the weakest. Do we take care of our weakest in our community? Before we look elsewhere, what about those who are in need? Here in my place and everywhere in every community in the Muslims. I'm not saying that we don't help others, But unless we take care of our weakest amongst us, our brothers and sisters that we pray with, that we live with, that see us and we see them, unless we take care of them, there will be no nasr, no victory. We need, every single ummah needs to take care of community, needs to take care of their weakest if they want rizq and nasr. Victory and nasr. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying here. Allahu ghalibun ala amrihi, another message that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command will definitely come true. جاءوا وقد كشروا النيابة عن شرهم والحقد ينفذ سما كالثعابين طعنت أو طعنت أمتنا غدرا فأوهنها غدر معالجه ترياق صهيوني ها قد رميت سلاحي في وجوهكم سهم الدعاء لعل السهم يهويني فإنما الملك الديان ظاهركم من يمنع اليوم دعوات المساكين. Allah Azza wa Jalla's Nasr is coming for the believers, but unless we just do this, change the condition of our own selves, give up on the ma'asiyah. We cannot disobey Allah. In Allah aghyar and yazni abdu wa amatu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is jealous to see his rules are being broken. So let's show Allah that Allah. Let's show Allah that we're true believers and we do our best. Let's fix what we have amongst us as an ummah. And one of the messages actually Allah is sending us is come back. بالبأساء والضراء, Allah Azza is sending all of these tests and all of these warnings that they may come back. And we see the youth coming back to Allah. We see Muslims and actually the free world, every free person is coming back and saying this is right, this is wrong. Actually many people are coming to find the truth about Palestine, or the truth actually about Islam itself through what's happening. So let's get back to Allah. Let's use this and utilize this as a chance to establish the will of Allah Azza wa Jalla in our own homes, in our own selves, with our own families, in our own masajid, workplaces, and in our own community and communities at large. The whole ummah will be rising up, and we see now. We see what everybody is watching, what everybody is seeing, what everybody is praying, and what is the hope of everybody right now. The ummah can be united in no time. Look at them in Ramadan, look at them in the Hajj, look at them when something happens to the Muslim, when the Quran is burned. Yes, some extreme reactions are there, but the focus is this ummah is alive. It's weak, it's weak right now, it's sick right now, but this ummah will never die. And this ummah, let's be not part of the disease and sickness, let's be part of the cure and the healing and the strength of this ummah, inshallah ta'ala. اللهم قد أطلعهم حلمك وتجبروا بأمان حتى تعدوا على المسلمين بغيا وعدوا وظلما وعدوانا. اللهم قل الناصر، اللهم اعتز الظالم، أنت المنصف الحاكم، بك نستعين وإليك نهرب من أيديهم. اللهم إنا حاكمناهم إليك وتوكلنا في إنصافنا منهم عليك، فاحكم بيننا بالحق وأنت خير الحاكمين. اللهم انصر إخواننا المستضعفين، اللهم انصر أمتنا يا رب العالمين. Allah, bring us back to your deen, bring us back to your way, bring us back to the sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Make us better Muslims, make us the kind of Muslims that you love, Ya Allah. Make us the kind of Muslims that fully submit to your will, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. So we deserve your victory, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Allahumma warzuqna nasraka hatta tansurna, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Allahumma ansur al-mustada'afin wa'ahkim dima'ahum wa tawalla amrahum. Allahumma abir li hadhihi ummati amr al-izzi والرشد حتى تتحد وننتصر يا رب العالمين. Oh Allah, choose and decree the best for this ummah so they can get together and be stronger and lead the world for that which is the true يا رب العالمين. اللهم إنا نسألك نصرا عاجلا مبينا يا رب العالمين، نصرا لنا ونصرا لأمتنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات المؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات، إنك يا مولانا سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. عباد الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء